Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Threadlings of Filmmaking Production Diary. I'm Miguel Ortega, your host, and this is Tran Ma,
Hello, everyone.
the lovelier co-host. How's everybody doing?
The chat is
The chat is bursting at the seams today.
okay. I'm just gonna pick up from what I was doing last week. Just keep finishing this guy.
I love this little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. I'll call this stitch stitch A. Let's do another layer. Hi, Squall. There's Netbug.
Holla. I don't know if you're saying hola or holla. Either one. We hola holla you back.
Okay, so let's pick up from this.
I like his little mouth.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't know exactly what I was doing from the last stream. But when I saw it again, I was like, oh, it's okay. I do notice that the stripes are like different colors, different sizes though. Let's just try to resize it. Probably has to do with the UVs. Let's see.
Those pants are so cool.
You think so?
Small guys looking legit. You see, Netbug wants to know where he could get those pants. With the little suspender looking things he's got on. Super funny.
Yeah, maybe I'll have like a chance to finish this guy and then pull another guy.
I think it looks great.
Because there's a couple of variations of this is the minor that literally, like when we say miner, they're literally a mine. Like they literally mine in a cave. And what they mine is crystals. Okay, so I think the stripes are better size. I don't know. What do you think? I didn't put anything on this. I gotta get something on that. But what do you think of like what changes what you want?
I don't know if I zoom in a little bit. Like, so
You can use a little more detail, maybe.
I like that the eye sockets are dark. I think that's cool. I would change the value on the goggles like 10%, just a tiny
Right,
bit
this one right
darker,
here?
a tiny bit darker without it becoming too dark. Like just a tiny bit.
Okay, but like a gray color.
Yeah, just so that we are defining them as goggles, but just not as
Just cloth goggles.
yeah, but I don't want to overdo it because if it's too dark, it looks too heavy.
Well, he looks like a bandit.
Yeah, I don't want him to look like Zorro.
Just this right here, right? Okay, let's lower it. Like that? Or darker?
A little bit darker.
Let's bring
Like
that.
that.
Okay. I'll call this goggles. Okay, anything else?
Let me see.
What we were doing like was trying to make like these things right here by darkening them feel like straps, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be like little suspenders.
I mean, I can do like I can do pattern, like shape patterns on top. Like, let me pull up the Epic pen. Oh, this pen sometimes doesn't work when we're streaming. But what if?
You have to draw like outside, and then draw. Yeah, there you go.
No, sometimes it just freezes. But like, you know, this could be like he could wear overalls.
But you would change the pattern.
No, it's just coloring it. Like the same color as, or like same color as the shoulder up here. And then he's got like little
You could do that. That'd be cool.
little overalls. Okay, let's see. Which layer? Okay, so this controlled that.
But how would you deal with the fact that there's like not a seam there?
Oh, I would just make it look like there is. So you can't, I don't know. I don't always get everything inside of Marvelous. Let's find. Let's try to paint. Okay, so it's right here. It's very easy to find. Maybe this is one where I do want to use. Okay, let's try it again. Now let's just paint it.
Claire is in the house. That fabric texture looks really pretty. The actual weave of it.
Oh yeah, I went through a lot of efforts to get these, to find like these resources. They're photo scans, so they scan actual real fabric. Like sometimes like these sources are like they're done procedurally, like, you know, in the procedural fabric. Those can look good, but I think when it's scanned from like a real source, it looks better.
You missed a spot right there.
I probably missed a bunch here. It's because it's not perfectly symmetrical. I don't know. What do you think of the shape?
Is there a way to like give it a little bit of an arch on the top, like just a tiny bit? It just feels weird with the button, or make it go straighter. Yeah, it's really just because of the button. Yeah, there.
Like that?
Yeah.
How about, should I just fill this whole side?
I think you well, then it doesn't look so much like suspenders. Let me see, like overall. Let me see. Zoom out for a second. Yeah.
I think I'll do this. Okay, so I have hard times doing arcs in here. It's all crooked. Okay, there we are. So it kind of arcs a little. See the tummy on the side. It might not work, but we'll just have like a color block. And then I could try to make it look like it's creased. So I'll call this like
Apron.
overall top. Okay. And let's just anchor this, which anchors this, which I realized actually needs to be clean. I'll turn off the mirroring because that is probably going to hurt it. Oops. Okay, so let's just finish. Okay, we're in UV mode. You know, whenever I do a lot of masking, I just think back to when we were working on Thor way back when. And we had to paint a lot of snow on everything. And it was all just masking. And back in those days, we didn't have like a...
Now it would be so fucking simple to do those shots.
Oh, yeah.
With World Machine and all the Gaia and all this stuff. And you could now just use like mega scans to, oh my God, that project would be so easy.
But everything was done by hand. And when you painted the snow, you didn't have like generators the way that there is in Substance. So you could just instantly get snow on top of every surface. You had to do it all by hand.
It was such a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay, so I have that. Let's try to make it look like some kind of effect. So I put an anchor on this mask so I can reuse that mask. And I'm going to load that anchor here. And then I'll add a generator. Not a generator. Let's add a filter. And I want to make an outline of this. So I use mask outline. Okay, so my mask still needs to be cleaned. This is picking up all this stuff here, which I can't even see. Let's do this. Like, how am I not seeing the wireframe? Oh, I turned it off. Okay, so probably triangle mode. There we are.
Feels so good, KZN. What's going on?
This should get rid of most blotchy crap. Okay. It's still blotchy. I guess the thing, I just can't see it. Okay. I can't see what's blotchy until I put the filter in.
I have no idea what the hell you're doing right now.
Okay, so this is what happened. Like, if you look at this, I'm trying to do an outline.
I see.
But I have all this crappy artifact.
I see. So that's like picking up like inconsistencies.
Yeah, and this. And so I don't even know what it's doing. So I'm going to put it levels. And then hopefully that cleans that out. But it also gave me this junk here. Let's do inside. There we are. Okay, so now I have like this.
Doing retopo.
Oh, and then there's like crap here. I think I accidentally, look at that. I'm just being a slob. Let's clean this out. So I'm painting it in 3D. Okay, so my mask is now finally clean. There we are. And then what I'll do here, now that I have a clean line, I probably need like a line here. Let's just do like another layer and try to produce like a clean line along this edge. Yeah. Let's mirror that. And I just want to see it. And it needs to be thinner. Okay. Okay, so now that I have that, let's try to get this to work. It's bevel.
What's up, Ruben? Oh man.
Let's add a blur. This bevel is too fat. It still needs cleanup. I can't see anything that it's doing. Oh, I only have roughness. Okay, there we are. So I'm trying to like give it a puffiness. Can you see what I'm trying to do now or no?
Yeah.
It just needs cleanup. Let's call that cleanup. Okay. So that's like a first layer. I'll just duplicate this again. I don't want it to double up. I just want like different levels of thickness. So this one might be like finer. It's not very fine though. So let's see if I can level it to be thinner. And then blur that. It's a little strong. Let's try it at 0.2. And then this one would just be like a finer crease. So I'll call this overall crease A, and then this is B. And then the creasing just gets like, starts to get fatter. Let's just duplicate this one again. And then I'll pull this bevel larger. Like this. And don't like do too much. But it starts to make it feel like there's kind of a crease effect. This thing just produces like a lot of crap. to clean up here. And let's bring this blur up. Maybe the bevel is a little wide. Okay. Okay, so now it looks a little bit puffier, but I don't feel like this is very convincing. Here, I'm just gonna try like doing it by hand. I mean, I can see that effect. Maybe it's just too dark. Okay, so what if I take this and my color, I said it's to multiply. Just makes it a little bit darker. I don't know. I think it's not working so far. I think it's just not reading this color very well. Let's give this a height. I don't know, it's not working. What do you think? Like that doesn't really feel creased.
No, it doesn't feel creased.
It doesn't work with the dark color.
I don't think it necessarily needs to feel creased though. Wait, put that back on. Put the whole thing back on. I mean, who cares if it looks creased?
Well, it looks creased on the sides, just not working at the top.
Who cares? That's fine. That looks good.
Yeah, well, I'm not done. Let's keep trying. I usually try longer. When I'm streaming, I feel like giving up faster. faster. But when I'm not streaming, I usually don't give up so quickly.
John Carpenter is playing October. A few concerts, a few days in October.
Ruben asked,
any major meetings this month? We met with Donald Glover on Monday. That was cool. We brought him to Gnomon and showed him the school and got him to sign the solo poster. That was a cool meeting.
okay, let's try this. Lower the tile. Let's try 15. Let's kill the color.
What's up, Ricardo? Yeah, it's pretty cool. He was super nice. He brought his whole team with him. He brought his whole team with him. He was super cool. Yeah, you know, I was impressed with how cool all the students were. Everyone acted like he wasn't around, like they didn't notice him, which I think he probably appreciated. But yeah, it was cool. I think Gnomon's like the perfect place for a big actor to visit because everyone is like an awkward artist, so no one has the courage to come up to him and start talking to him.
Well, I think they just tend to be more subdued.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Awkward artists.
Yeah, it's not working out at the top. This weird illusion I'm trying to do. It works down here a little.
So he came by. We showed him. We showed him like how we did the voice in the hollow, and then showed him some concept art for the voice in the hollow feature film, which was pretty cool.
I would, you know, I wasn't there, but I would just love to see how the students were like freaking out, like inside their heads. How they all knew, but they were just trying not to get in the way. They're so polite.
Yeah, everybody was super cool, as expected.
Yeah.
Ricardo, Donald Glover. Oh, that's a cool little. The cool thing is when South Park went to visit Gnomon, and Alex went up to the student lounge, and they're watching South Park. They had no idea that the co-creator of South Park is downstairs, and they're like just naturally watching South Park. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Tran is having allergies.
Ricardo didn't hear the news.
Yeah, I already. That's why I just said it. Hi guys, can I help? You could so just so you know, I don't know who 3 is, so if I already know you, I might know who you are, but if I don't, you have to send me a message on Instagram. Because sometimes someone will message me and they're like, I don't know who they are, but I don't know who they are by their username.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe his overall's got to go.
Uh,
What do you think? What do you think?
I posted it. It's I think it's this. I think it's this. Let me check.
I think he looks fine.
Yeah,
with
that's it. So
with
it's
the overalls.
I like them. Let me see. It's this. This is it.
Okay, so overall or no overall?
Put the overalls off. Maybe they're too dark. Can you lower the?
It's the same as his sleeves.
I think it looked better without them, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Not everything has to work. Less layers.
No, I have not seen that. Is this a movie?
Clapping for the wrong reasons.
I like the little ear socket.
This right here.
Yeah, I didn't notice you put a different pattern on it.
Yeah, I missed a spot. I'll come back and fix that. I'm just gonna throw some crease on his face. Seams.
Tran is having an allergy attack. No, I'll watch it.
Okay. I'm just gonna place these curves here.
Doesn't that take away from the mouth though? Like, oh, you're gonna make them different, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I also don't want it to be.
same color.
No, I want it to be closer to the skin color.
Yeah, yeah. Now he looks like he's got like a wound, like a scar from prison.
Oh, I don't really want that either, but let's see how that looks.
Now he looks like a tough guy. No, that works.
I'm gonna try a different style. Something like simple. Probably like a classic one.
Will we be at the graduation today? No, I don't. We don't think so. We would love to, but we got so much stuff we have to get done.
Yeah. We have no life. Okay, this. What is that?
What was that?
I don't know.
was that?
Do you have your speakers?
No. What was that? 1 second.
Sorry, guys. My speakers somehow switched to my monitor.
So you're good?
Yeah, all the sound was coming out of my monitor for some reason. Like,
How did that happen?
I have no idea. But I just muted my stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It like lost connection to a device.
Sounded creepy. Yeah, for real. That was trans David Lynch moment.
Okay, so more like this. Like that's what I'm thinking of. Like,
Yeah, that's great.
it's much more subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Lynch thing is sad.
He lived a great life though. He was an older guy. He lived a great life. He was a legend.
Oh, he's totally a legend. But I think he smoked too much.
Make sure you send samples of your work too. So we're gonna go John Carpenter. I got the tickets already, just so you know.
Okay, let's just lay these stitches here and here. Normally I would just like mirror these stitches, but like the model is not really symmetrical. You know, they were like independently, they were just simmed. And so the stitches will not quite line up and it'll just look a little weird. So I just have to do both sides. Okay, so those are the stitches on the face. Not too distracting, right?
No, that looks good.
It just gives it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep going around. Basically, this guy is going to rely on his stitching to look cool. Okay, so I started on the wrong side, but it's easy to fix. I'll just reverse the stitch direction so I can just go both ways. You want to play soothing rain sounds or anything?
Soothing rain sounds. Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Sure. I like how you call them soothing rain sounds. Not like those DJs.
You know, like the whole feeling of when you watch like 90s movies or like 80s movies, like you have a character, they wake up to the radio, and then the DJ's talking.
Yeah.
That's not.
It sounded like.
That's not today anymore.
No, not at all.
Right, like that doesn't happen like that anymore.
That was like a personality that you formed a bond with.
Yeah, like people used to be like fans of like certain DJs that they would wake up and listen to on their like drive to work. That just is like a different time now.
Now everybody's like, shut the hell up and play the music.
See if this one works. But I don't know if most people like listen to like disc jockeys anymore. Just forget like how fast things change.
You got to remember some of the biggest industries in the world at some point were whaling and horses. Look how quickly that.
Oh, right. Everyone needed a horse.
Like the guys that would run the stables, the guy that would sell the hay. Now there's like 2 horses in New York. That was overnight. Those industries were completely just wiped out.
Was it overnight? I think it took a while.
It did not take that long once that Model T came out.
Right, because Model T was like it was like the first like a affordable like middle class car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these pictures look okay. They add to them. Okay, so I'll call this like stitch light. And then I want to kind of extend some of this orange stitching. So I'm just going to select one of these like I just did. And then what that does is it copies like the properties. I'm going to try to do like mirroring because this area is pretty flat. And just try to bring this over to this side. Maybe try a different type. I mean, there's zigzag. It's going over like the seam. I don't know if this works. I think it look really busy and messy.
Can't you just move that one orange stitch right to the seam line?
I could. I'm just trying to give him complexity because I don't think he's going to have more, this character's going to have more complexity. Like,
He's going to have dirt all over him.
yeah, but that's just dirt. If you want like the base of the character for the dirt to look interesting. Or like not, like well done. It's not bad, see?
No, it does look pretty.
I think that's kind of neat.
Now you were looking at all the Swedish embroidery stuff. They would almost look cool if they had like really complex embroidery, like on their suspenders.
I actually, that crossed my mind. I was like, I don't know. But I actually was thinking that. What if I try to do like a pattern? What would it be though? Like, what would be the embroidery?
It could be whatever. It could be flowers. It could be crystal shaped stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about flowers.
And crystal. You know anybody that likes crystal?
No.
No.
Let's just get some on my neck. When I mirror like these stitches, I have no control. Like independently of here, it's very interesting. Like if I want to activate this side that I didn't draw it, I can't. So I can't edit that side, which I wish they kind of had that feature where if you're mirroring it, you have control of the other side if you want to have it. So it's not a lot, but I just feel like that kind of helps. You know, when I look at this section, it just kind of ends. Which just kind of hides the transition for me. That's why I'm doing these. Like if I'm watching like I don't know, some kind of movie with like some sort of CG in it, and if I see like seams and creases, it like bothers me. Or, like things I go, oh, they just kind of half-ass that. I'm just trying to avoid that. You know, you might just have this character pass by quickly. I just think like if you have like an approach where you just do everything super mediocre, the whole thing looks good. I don't know if you need more orange. I think I'll do orange. Just to kind of wrap it up and make this look like a suspenders. Oh, I have mirror off, mirroring and on. I have the wrong stitch. Here. I love this stitch tool so much. I definitely imagine having these tools like years ago.
They're incredible.
I just remember like texturing way back when. It was like really painful to like texture anything. And texturing was like a process that sucked a lot. The tools weren't there. And it would just be really hard to make anything kind of look passable. What was the primary texture for Buckeye? It was just Photoshop, right?
Uh, when you say back then, back then, are you back then?
Before Mari.
So there was a moment where I think it was Maxon had a 3D painting program.
Oh, did they?
I don't remember if it was Maxon, but yes, it was either Maxon or Light or Newtek, and it was like what you're doing. I mean, it didn't have these awesome features like the stitching thing, but it was what you would expect it to have. But it was really clunky.
Was it 3D paint?
It was 3D painting. Well, I don't know if that's the name, but it was 3D painting.
I
But
mean, yeah, that was like the only 3D painter. But it was like always like you could never bring it into the pipeline properly.
yeah, there was just all kinds of clunkiness to it. And then a lot of people, when ZBrush came out, they were just doing the textures in poly paint, but not using poly paint. They were just projecting inside of ZBrush. The problem with it is you couldn't undo because it was just like you would go into this projection mode, you would paint, and then you would project it, and then that was it. If anything was wrong, like you had to redo it. That was painful, but that's how a lot of stuff is done. And then Mudbox came out. We started using Mudbox for texturing. It just was really slow. Like past a certain amount of view dims, it was miserably slow.
It was miserable. Like it felt like there was not like a tool to actually dress to do everything properly. Because like if you know you needed a painting tool, but then the good painting tool like was Photoshop, so it's not for 3D painting, but it could actually you could do stuff because it has all the things where you can just paint well. If you were poly painting in ZBrush, you're poly painting.
Yeah, and
It was
then
like very airbrushy. Not the right tool.
and then um, what was the other thing. And then when Mari came out,
That changed things.
it changed things. But the first version of Mari was a pain in the ass. Remember, we were like super excited, like, oh my god, this is coming out.
You can finally do something.
And then
Yeah,
it didn't have layers, and everybody was so confused. Like, what do you mean it doesn't have layers? And it was because looking back at it, I think they're so RenderMan heavy. I think that their approach is all shader based. So there was a layers, but it was through the material, the layered material, because they basically wanted you to do kind of doing right now, right? Like where you're creating math with a
oh,
shader
you
and
mean like like a bunch of fills, like this materials?
yeah,
I don't even remember that. Like I do remember it wasn't smooth, but I don't remember all the details.
yeah, everybody was so confused because we were like, finally, Weta's making a texture program. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be everything we ever wanted. And then the fact that the layers were missing, everyone was like, it forgot.
I forgot the thing that makes the tool work.
Yeah, well, it was almost like your favorite chef decides to make a pizza restaurant, and pizza is your favorite food in the whole world. And you're like, oh my God, this is my favorite chef. He's going to make pizza, which is my favorite. I can't even imagine how good it tastes. And then he comes out and he doesn't add cheese to it. And you're like, you forgot the cheese on the pizza? Bro, how do you forget the cheese on the pizza? That's what it felt like. It felt like, how could you miss this of all the things you missed? They got a
Well,
bunch of things right, but it just got the first thing you would have said, of course it has layers.
yeah. Now Mari is considered like old, but it revolutionized it. And then when Substance came in, that I think Substance really changed a bunch of stuff. Put switches here. pattern will work. I'm going to change it up. I don't know. One of these look too great. Just place this and then let's see how that looks. The spacing too tight. That might help it. Go back to like I don't know why, but this things don't look right to me. Normally I like these stitches. Maybe make it a little bit larger. I just want variety.
Yeah.
The feather. I usually love the blanket stitch. Place that in.
It's a blanket stitch.
I think I might just have to go like really basic. Go back to basic stitching. Yeah, let's just go back to classic. And I do want to change my spacing back to 8. And I think the color maybe match the content. Also, there's like a masking I have to clean up. Like little areas like this. They look kind of crappy. And then the stitches kind of sort of helps it. Maybe I want this lower, like maybe turn the pants into like something more complex in the stitching. Because this area is pretty ugly. How it just like ends. It looks fine at a distance, but kind of crappy like that. Let's see this color here. And I'll borrow like this setting. So just clicking on that is what I've been doing. And I'll change the color to the other color. And maybe this makes it worse, but maybe not. I just remember texturing to be so hard just to do anything. And you don't really even enjoy the process because you're just struggling with the software so much.
Yeah, like I remember on Transformers, like 90% of the work was just in the edge detail,
Yeah,
which you could now do in 5 seconds.
Yeah, you're like trying to do edgeware, and you just had to do everything by hand. These stitches are not.
But I mean, you would spend
A long time.
2 weeks doing what you now could do in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't like texturing on that show because it was really hard to do. It was a lot of work. It was very slow, and it was just copy. If we didn't have use like Photoshop, Redbox, like all kinds of different weird programs. Like you just didn't have like a software for it. Okay, good. This is having some issue coming around. Let's see this looks. Reading that it's busy.
No, it's not busy at all. It's busy if you get close up. That's not busy, it's detailed.
I
But
don't
from
know.
a distance, it doesn't read busy at all.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool. I
That's
don't.
what you are there. Rich.
Okay, so this like stitch tool and is not working in the back here. It's just not. It's like it's got issues. I'm not sure what we can do about that. Like you can change some brush settings. Maybe for this one. It's just the way like the brush is sitting. The other thing is just maybe just to give up on it sooner. It's just the way to. Have to see by the. Is it rain sounds or is it like pollution sounds?
It's supposed to be rain, but it does sound more like a windy beach. It does.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows?
Okay. I'm gonna fix this. Really bad seeing. I must have painted it by hand. Okay, so it's mask here. Let's add a layer. Layer. I don't know where this is. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit better. You want to try switching? No?
No.
Okay, let's try maybe the straight stitch back here. It won't look so bad. I wonder if I should stitch down like the butt. Try it over here. It's like doubling up. Normally it doesn't do this so badly.
What? Why is it doing that?
It's just the surface. I don't know. How close can be a thing. But there's not a lot you can do with it. And you have to have tool. Because the surface like this is just seeing it as bumpy. Normally I actually don't get too many of these problems where it's like that. But it's doing it. It was doing pretty well so far, but I don't like this. Okay, let's try like avoid that. Come up here, the other finish the piece. I wonder if it has to do with mirroring.
That totally sounds like a win.
I feel like about the beach. Beach 5 looks like very sad right now though.
Why?
Fire.
I'm sure there's parts of the beach where you can't tell that anything happened. You're thinking it's Malibu.
Yeah. Try this.
I was looking at this video about this museum. I don't know where it was, and they were showing how there's no sprinklers like all over the place, which is weird because most of the buildings have sprinklers like everywhere. But the guy goes, there is sprinklers, but it's like a cannon, it's like strategically placed cannon that are connected to a camera system, and they detect hotspots from fire, and then that thing automatically aims at the area where the fire is and attacks it directly. And you really think about it, you're like, why don't we have those like all over the fire problem areas in California, right? Like we would just have the. I know this is expensive as shit, but considering how much they just spent or are about to spend on this disaster, probably wouldn't have cost as much.
Well, generally, like prevention is cheaper than completely doing everything from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Like, what people are upset about. Like, what do we really do have like enough prevention measures to keep out?
But all these areas are like, they're not even far from the ocean. Like you don't hit it with seawater.
And that's the thing, though, is like crazy where you see like the story about the older guy who used to leave and stayed and did manage to actually fight off the fire with a hose and save his house. There's people that were actively trying to save their house.
That's so badass.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Oh my god, that is yeah.
You're risking your life. Trouble in the
So weird, right?
It's not really because it's a 3D printer. Although it does seem like a flaw because it does it on surfaces that are not smooth. But like if you're gonna do this for a cloth, your surface is probably not smooth because it's cloth. That is kind of weird. But I don't think so. He's got like stitches all around. His ears. Oh, okay, I didn't do it on the side of the hat.
No way to mirror that, is there?
Once you've done it, like if you have already done it, can't. And I think I didn't because the shape was not symmetrical, so you just kind of missed the spot. I do think these pictures add more definition in.
Oh, they're great.
You also do like scenes. Like I can't see that scene very well. Like I don't know, actually don't know how I'm placing it. But I can try like new layer and see what it looks like. We put like trimming. But I'm placing the scene. We put the settings back. Okay, so this seems kind of suck. Look for not really switching. Battle scene, overlapping. Hold on. That's stitching. I don't know why this looks like this. Usually there's like I'm not actually creases. There we go. That is also doubling up. There we are. That is at 5. Okay, so can you see the differences here?
Yeah, of course. It's great.
Is it actually?
Yeah, I love it. You feel like the tension of the.
It's not lining up. I think I have to do it. But the thing that kind of sucks, like if I don't know, I can turn off the mirroring.
How about we watch Severance? You know, I haven't been watching anything. I suck. I haven't seen anything this year. Last year I was watching 2 movies a day. I was doing so good. This year I just suck. I just suck. It was way too busy. Not this year. The past year. This year's like 30 days, but yeah, I have not seen anything except
Well, we did get to see Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Yeah, that was really like.
Yeah. I'm just glad someone's trying to like doing, they're doing their own thing, like their own voice.
Yeah, like
it's
the
hard to do
Marvel Star Wars days are
that. I feel like they've definitely
fizzled out, right?
they have, and I do like those movies actually. I think they're fun. I just don't think that they should have replaced everything though. It's like, which is kind of what happened. Is like nothing else has been made. Again, I do like this movie. I think this is what I want in this path. Take it all the way. I just remember when like Marvel started doing like their superhero movies. Everyone was like really excited because it was considered at that time like you couldn't do a successful superhero movie. Like that superhero movies would just be crappy.
Yeah.
With the exception of like Tim Burton's Batman. Which that was really cool. But there was like a lot of bad stuff. It's like how they say like, I don't know if this is true still, where I don't pay attention to this enough, but like you can't adapt a game into a good movie. I don't know if that's been done yet. Have we had like a really good movie based off a game?
I think Last of Us, the show, is the best thing that's ever been done.
Yeah, but it's a show. But Last of Us was really good. Like the writing was like just really amazing.
Let me see.
I'm not saying Severance is good. I can't watch like anything of substance when I work. I just have a garbage playing around like in the back because it's just to have something going on.
Fallout was good too. Yeah, I've heard. Chatty on fire.
Yeah, everyone says
Yeah.
Arcane is amazing.
Claire told me she bought 2 Hot Toys, Arcane Hot Toys. That was you, right? Yeah, that was you.
I think Arcane, I like not gotten into it. You just need to be able to have time to like watch things properly. So I think Arcane looks really amazing. Like the art in it is really incredible.
The Arcane Hot Toys do look really beautiful.
Do they?
You heard Acolyte was good. Acolyte was such a piece of crap.
Are you like he put LOL?
Yeah.
Come on, Ricardo. I don't know if that's a sarcastic comment.
Oh man, that
The
show.
fan, like I didn't watch it at all, but I didn't watch it, but I just saw like fans going crazy, like in a bad way, like angry over it.
When you say they come July 2026, LOL, do you mean how long it takes for them to arrive? Hot Toys takes forever. They take a year easily, a year and a half, 2 years sometimes. So I have like, shit, I don't even know, maybe 60, 70 Hot Toys.
You have an army. Okay, so that's all the do this little creasing. I'll just kind of add something to it.
So within my eyesight, I count like 62 of them, but I know there's more. Because on the other side, I have a bunch.
There's a question. What do you do when you eat dinner? No movie? Yeah, like I didn't mean to highlight that. Just that as Mario. What do we do when we eat dinner? Like I think I just gobble up the food and then like take a short break to like my mind is decompressed. I enjoy like my super blank moments in my mind where I'm not thinking about anything. Like this, like the brain is not just shuts down. So I don't actually want to watch a movie when I'm eating dinner. Just eat really quick and then go take maybe a break, go back to work. I think if people saw like how much we work and our schedule, they'd be like, I can't live like this.
Be careful, Claire. That's an endless black hole.
The hot toys,
Just getting into toy collecting.
any kind of collection, any kind of collection becomes a black hole unless that collection is like really, cheap or something like that. I mean by cheap, like just super easily attainable, but most collecting will become like a black hole. Like I know there's a community out there of like plant collectors, and that probably gets like really expensive.
Collecting plants?
Yeah, like people who just collect plants.
Why would that get expensive? Is arm plants like you're just buying seeds?
No, because you can really get into it. Some plants look really incredible. That's the thing, like you get into anything, right?
I would want to have a Venus flytrap plant garden where only Venus fly plants live.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty cool.
You know that they could only close their mouth a certain amount of times in their life.
Really?
Yeah, like you just can't, like if you were to have one, you can't just be like, oh, check this out, and then like keep doing it over and over and over, like putting your finger in so it tries to grab your finger. It has a limited amount of energy, and and it's not like in the double digits amount of time that it could do it, and like there's no throat. You realize like what it
No,
basically
it
does.
just
The animal rots in there.
yeah, it just dissolves it.
Yeah.
It just traps it and like what a terrible death. It just dissolves it.
Yeah. So think about how long it takes for something to dissolve in it. That should tell you like, you know, the speed of these things in terms of digestion and stuff like that. So the amount of energy that it uses when it closes is a lot. So let me actually look it up before I keep talking stuff.
Now you like apply plants. Okay, so then you apply like
Aquatic plants is super. Aquatic plants, so freshwater.
you hear banging. It's okay. So aquatic plants are not easy to keep alive. You put fish in like is it just aquatic plants? You have fish with it? Or it's just like literally like a tank?
We had that CO2 thing. Remember?
Oh,
The
it was
it was awesome until one day
get it going though.
the what was it, the regulator thing, the thing that would measure the amount of CO2 that would go out stopped working or something, and all we woke up and all the fish were dead. Every single one of them had been like killed off by the CO2.
And then that just killed that whole thing because it's like
Yeah.
it is not easy to get that balance. And we just went, nah, no more. Never mind. Let's just crease all the way around.
Okay, so a Venus flytrap can shut its mouth about 3 to 5 times in its life.
3 to 5 times.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was
Like
wicked.
that's a very low number.
After that, it stops responding and turns black.
Really, that's a super short lifespan. Maybe that's why it's like. I mean, how many years does it live then?
Well, the thing is, the trap itself is not the plant, right? That's just one of its traps. Does that make sense? It's
Well,
like a flower
it's like a
almost.
flower,
Yeah.
and then the plant itself doesn't die. Basically, it's like the flower dies.
The flower dies and then it continues to throw new traps throughout its life. Yeah, but I wanted to double check because I remember it was a 3 to 5, and I was like, wait, that's way too low.
Patty asked us, "What's your average working hours in a week?"
A bazillion hours. We're not even exaggerating.
No, it's just like all the time. And then when no one asks us anymore, but we used to get asked like, "Hey, you guys want to hang out?" And it's like, "Yeah, we have so much work to
Well,
do."
we're being asked today, like, if we're going at graduation, so we look like assholes, but it's like, it's really because,
Yeah, because we don't get anything done if we leave the house. So we're just like hunkered down all the time. So it makes us really bad friends.
how long does the plant live? Well, again, like the plant is the bigger thing, like that's just like a flower almost. I don't want to call it a flower because I have no idea what I'm talking about, but
Yeah, we're
the,
just talking like talking dumb.
yeah, we're talking dumb, but
So,
the whole plant lives a long time. It's just the traps die, then it falls, another trap comes out of the same plant, the
so it's
same
kind of
system.
equivalent idea of a flower or a
Yeah,
leaf or something like that.
yeah. This ate the Tyson DeGrasse channel at all. This is like, flower face. Yeah, they're so cool.
The flower face, um, I don't know. For some reason, when you said flower face, I thought about like a Stranger Things creature. And I feel like everyone is trying to make that now.
I wonder if there's something that attracts, like, do they emit some sort of scent that attracts insects? I wonder.
Maybe. Patty asks, that's crazy. How do you not get burned out? You just wake up one day and not continue. Um, I think I'm always on a burnout. I don't think I know what it's like not to be burnt out.
We are burnt out. We are.
You just keep going. If you want something super bad, you're gonna keep doing it.
Is it passion that keeps you motivated, or something more like the pressure to work? No, it's what is it? I don't know. I think for me, I'm not gonna speak for you, Tran, but I I am just like I love CG. We both love CG, but we're ready to play general and just point the finger and tell someone what to do because uh, I'm just done. Like digging trenches is we're ready to go to the next phase. I don't know if Tran is ready yet. I don't think she's ready yet.
Well, I am ready, but I want help. But I'm still I'm still very much into the craft of it, right? Like I don't want to do all the stuff that we're doing all the time because it's just really tedious. And for our team size is really tough, right? Because if you're at a studio, you don't do all that stuff on your own. But I still enjoy the craft. Like I still love what I do. And that's a big part of why I can do it all the time because I really like it. But you do get tired of it. I'm getting all this weird double up.
Yeah, it's so weird. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I think sometimes like once it gets in that phase, it's like, nah, I'm just gonna stay that way. You can go delete that. But I really enjoy the craft. So that's one. And the other thing that keeps it going is like, well, you started this, you have to finish it. Like, it's just a commitment level of like of doing it. I wonder if there's anything that can fix this. I don't know what can address that. But yeah, I think we're just very, very determined and we're used to it too. Like I do remember the promise that you just kind of build up. Like the very first project we did was the Disney pumpkin, and it seemed so difficult to do at that time. But I just can't draw a picture. Yeah. not like kind of smooth too. Just doing this here. But the green pepper pumpkin, like in hindsight right now, it would be really pretty easy for us to do. It's like 3 minutes. It's not a super involved script or story. We could do it much faster. But I remember back then trying to do that project, and it was just really, it just felt so hard. And now it would be easy. I think you just build up, like you build it up. Remember how hard the green pumpkin was?
I never forget that.
It was so hard back then. We didn't know anything about, like, it was a for short. Gotta be exciting. This thing is grayed out. I don't know if this is supposed to be grayed out. Okay, I'll just stop here. We just won't switch the whole head. I feel like that's it. It only has some. And it goes underneath. I don't know. Maybe I should put that. Claire's question. Oh, well, you did kind of address that. There is pressure and there is passion. Okay, so back there. What do you think, Miguel, of this dude?
I think it's just
Yeah, we'll go like maybe another 5 minutes. I thought I was going to finish him today in the stream. I wanted to like stitch up the arms, and I would say he's done. Good enough.
CG doesn't sound fun. Back then, I would have been a doctor. But yeah, but you don't know what you don't know, right? So at the time, you're like, look at the ZBrush, like you could projection paint. This is incredible,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
like there's a thing with CG, and I don't know how to explain it, but no one thought they were doing something that looked bad, right? Everyone thought like,
I don't think it looked bad. I think more in terms of the tedious nature of it. Like, it doesn't seem like it. That just seems like, wow, this is incredible. I could paint in real time in 3D. Like, holy crap! I was painting in like back in the days when you used to texture. Like, I remember I textured like a B-17 bomber once. You would have to paint like the rivets in Photoshop, like flat, create an alpha, bring it into Maya, use a 3D projection node, project those rivets with a camera onto the plane in the area that you wanted the rivet. Okay, that's one strip of rivets. Cool. Next strip of rivets. New projection node, new camera, project it from another angle. Oh, there you go. Now you have 10 more rivets. Create another camera, another shader, project another thing. And you would, at the end of this process, you would have 100, 200 cameras, so that each camera was projecting then projecting rivets, and you're like, okay, now I got to do the grime. So you grab the grime, put it on top, multiply. This is in Maya. So at the end, you'd have to then bake it down into a single texture and hope that it would do it and not crash. So that was so freaking barbaric that when you got into a program like ZBrush or early Mari, and you were able to paint in 3D, you were like, oh my God, this is so simple. I cannot believe how amazing our life is right now. Right? So you didn't think that what you were doing was tedious. You thought what you were doing was the most amazing cutting edge stuff, which it was.
Yeah.
Uh, and you know, every year, the year before's tools are gonna look crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it as like so bad back then.
No, because it wasn't at the time.
No, it's just like,
It's compared to the amazing tools that we have now that
yeah.
it's tough, but it's, in 20 years, people are gonna look at what you're doing right now, and there's gonna be some way of you going. The computer's gonna be like, "Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Do you want me to just take over from here?" And you're like, "Yeah, you see all these edges? I want the stitches around the edges," and it'll just be able to do it.
Yeah. I don't feel like it was bad then. It's just like, because we teach, and then sometimes the students be like, that seems so hard. I'm like, you guys have no idea. This is actually very
Yeah,
easy.
the tools right now are so amazing,
And then,
so intuitive, but do not think that in 20 years the tools are not gonna look.
oh, they're gonna just be better.
They're gonna be better. But
And I can't even like guess what they would be like.
this is everything. Like back in the days, if you wanted to listen to a song that was your favorite song, you wanted to watch the music video, you'd have to sit around on MTV and hope that they play the music video that you wanted to see. Now you're on YouTube, you could just look at whatever you want whenever. Uh, those things sound barbaric. Records, you'd have to find your song in a gigantic vinyl disc by moving a needle. It's crazy.
Yeah. But there's a beauty to it too.
Yeah, of course. It's
That's just what like, right?
if you sit around and say, I'm not gonna, you know what, I'm gonna wait for the tools to get easier and easier and easier, you'll be dead. The tools right now are amazing, and the tools back 20 years ago were amazing as well for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I just don't, like it's for a modern person learning CG now. You look at it back then, you're like, oh my God. But like, it's again, it was just how it was.
Yeah.
And I thought it was awesome then.
I'll tell you what, though, 20 years ago, if you would have told me that they still wouldn't have a way to mirror UVs easily, I would have been like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that concept artists were replaced before you could mirror UVs. That's madness.
I never saw the possibility of AI being real, like not just AI art, but like just AI in
The
general.
level of it.
Yeah, like I just thought like that was not going to happen in our generation. Like that's like 100 years in the future.
Yeah, and you should see like some of the music stuff. I was playing around with this AI music thing just to see like where the technology is. Oh my God. It's like writing an entire song with lyrics and a voice and the whole thing. It's pretty crazy.
There's not a lot of like I don't see a lot of like stuff on AI sound.
Oh
Like,
no, there's a ton. It's just not in your world.
it's not in my world.
It's totally there. It's incredible. The only thing that it's not very good at, like it's not, the text prompt reading is not very smart. So if you put like, I want it to sound like 1950s radio horror music, it'll pick up the word horror, and all of a sudden it'll be like a heavy metal song like Slayer, and you're like, no, that's like totally not what I wanted. And I would never use AI music because we have an amazing composer who's our, one of our really good friends. But I want to know what is out there.
Yeah. Well, interested in AI voices, but not for voice acting. What I'm interested in, like, is having my script be read back to me.
That's yeah.
So, like, one of the things that if you guys ever get into writing, which I recommend, if you guys want to be a filmmaker, you have to write, is you just want someone to read your script to you sometimes. And if you have it read out loud, it's a way for you to almost see it fresh again. Just like how painters, painters have like tricks, right? Like if you're painting in Photoshop, you can flip your image like horizontal and then it allows you to see it in a new way. So like a way to kind of visualize or like hear your script in a new way is to have it read to you.
Yeah. So let's take a step back and let's take a look at this little guy. I love the stitches on the hands. He's ready to mine. He's awesome.
Well, he needs a little bit more stitching, but yeah, I think I'll start like on another one, like maybe the berry picker or something. Well, no, the other miner. He looks like a pumpkin. Or no, he was called like orange tang. He's safe.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week. This guy's coming out great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Gnomon, Dell, NVIDIA. And thank you guys for jumping on here. And
yeah, always glad to see the regular
people. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.